Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GRE. We have been solving GRE math problems out of this book here, the official guide to the GRE, the revised journal test. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 220. Is page number 220. Today is our lesson number 90. The problem that I actually want to solve today is number 13. Problem that I want to solve from the book is number 13. But before we solve that problem, number 13, here's a bonus question on the blackboard for you. So let's see what we can do with it. It says, it's not in the book, you understand? It says a ratio of boys to girls in a class is 3 to 5. Which of the following could be the number of students in the class? And you're told to select one or more answer choices. The examples you will find of selecting one or more answer choices, you will find the problems on page number 120, 121, 122, 123. If you look at those 4 pages, you will see what I'm talking about. This is a new type of question which did not exist in the old GRE. Here you are given a whole bunch of answer choices, sometimes as many as 8 answer choices, and you are asked to select all of them that are correct. And here are the answer choices. The answer choices are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, 16, 20, 24, 32, 40, 44, 48, and 60. What I want you to, that's the 44. What I want you to do now is to pause the video, solve the problem yourself, and once you have the answer, could be one or more, you can resume the video. I'll give you 5 seconds to do just pause and unpause. But here's what's going on. Since the ratio is 3 to 5, of boys to girls, I was looking at just now. I was looking to see which one goes on the top, boys or girls. But in this problem, it really doesn't matter. Even if I messed it up, and even if I put the girls on the top and the boys on the bottom, it doesn't really matter. The point here is that out of every 8 people, 3 of them are one gender, 5 is the other gender. In other words, a unit is made up of 8 people. In this class, it is possible for us to have 8 people, with boys and girls. We'll have 3 boys and 5 girls, or watch what happens. Or we can have twice as many people, We can have 16 people, in which case we have 6 boys and 10 girls. Or we can have 3 times as many people, which is 24, in which case we'll have 9 boys and 15 girls. We can have 24 people in the class, but we can't have 20 people. Why can't we have 20 people in this class? Because 20 is not divisible by 20. 20 is not divisible by 8. We can't have 20. We can't have 20 because 20 is not divisible by 8. If you divide 20 by 8, you can end up with 2 and 2.5. Well, 2.5. Let's see what happens if you put 2.5 here. Watch here. If you put 2.5 here, well, that's 20. 8 times 2.5 is 20, because 8 times 2 is 16, and 8 times half is 4. 16 plus 4 is 20. Here you're going to have 2.5 also, and here you will have 2.5 also. Well, 2.5 times 3 is 7.5. Well, you can't have 7.5 boys. The nature of the problem is such that these boys and girls have to be integers. If they're talking about things like in the ratios, they have to be integers. For example, if you're talking about a ratio of blue cars to red cars in the parking lot, or ratio of daffodils to roses in the garden, or ratio of boys to girls in the class, or ratio of students to teachers in the school, they all have to be integers. We cannot have 12 and a half girls. Very difficult. Therefore, 20 is not possible. 20 is not possible. The correct answer, whatever it is, has to be multiples of 8. Anything that is not a multiple of 8 would not work. 16 is a multiple of 8. That would work. 24 is a multiple of 8. 24 is 8 times 3. That would work. 32 is not a multiple of 8. 32 would not work. 32 is not the answer. Does 32 divide into 8? I'm beginning to doubt here. Oh geez, 32 does go into 8, doesn't it? These are the kind of things that you don't want to do in the exam. I made a boo-boo. And that's the whole point here. These questions take a lot of time because there are several answer choices. And if there are 3 or 4 right answers, and if there are 4 right answer choices, and if you threw out one of them carelessly like I just did, you will get no credit for it. 32 does divide into 8. 8 times 4, what was I thinking? 8 fours are 32. It is quite possible for us to have 32 people in this class. If we have 32 people in this class, let's see what would happen here. If we have 32 people in the class, let's put it here. Out of every 8 people, we have 3 boys and 5 girls. So can we have 32? Of course we can have 32 because 8 fours are 32. 8 fours are 32, which means we'll have 12 boys and 20 girls. Voila! 20 plus 12 is 32. 32 does work. Is 40 divisible by 8? Oh yeah, 8 fives are 40. That works. 8 fives are 40. That would work. 44 cannot be divided by 8. 44 is divisible by 4, but not 8. 48 is divisible by 8. 48 is simply 8 times 6. So that's the correct answer. Can you divide 60 by 8? 60 is not divisible by 8. 64 is. 64, 8 8s are 64. 60 is not divisible by 8. So the correct answer choices here are, the answers are A, C, D, E, and G. Turns out that out of the 8 answer choices, 5 of them are correct. I cannot believe I missed 32. Unbelievable. How did that happen? I do not know. But that just proves that if you're careless, it's very easy to make a mistake. That's it. That was it. Now I want to do number 13. Number 13 that you see on the book there, which is a very straightforward, simple problem. Let's do it together very quickly. We're done with this thing. I'm going to have to erase it. Or if you like, we can do number 13 at the bottom here. In number 13, we are told that we have number 13 on page number 220. It says, if the ratio of number of men to women, if the ratio of number of men to number of women on a committee is 20, if the ratio of the number of men to number of women on a committee of 20 is 3 to 2. So, men to women is 3 to 2, and we have a total of 20. Well, it's the same exact idea here. Here, out of every 5 people, 3 of them are men, and 2 of them are women. But we do not have 5 people, we have 20 people. We are told that we have 20 people. So if we have 20 people, we need to multiply this 5 by 4, and multiply this by 4, and multiply the number of women by 4. So in this committee, if the ratio is 3 to 2, out of every 5 people, 3 will be women, 3 will be men, 2 will be women, but out of every 20 people, we'll have, what are they asking, men or women? How many members of the committees are women? Well, there you go. There are 8 women. But there's another part you want to pay attention to. Make sure that you answer what is being asked and not what is not being asked. Because if you're careless, I'm sure 12 is going to be one of the answer choices in the exam. Answer is not 12, it is 8. 12. As you can see, in this committee we have 12 women, 8 men, and 12 plus 8 gives you 20 people. That's it. We're done. I will see you tomorrow on day number 91. Alright? Bye now.